Hey everyone and welcome to the video. Today we're going to be talking about the journey that is the Saints Row reboot, how it went from the CGI that was hated to the game that we're all kind of excited for now, depending on your opinions on the game. And I wanted to kind of just discuss its process from the beginning to where we're at now. Obviously the game's not out yet. I'm hoping that this will all come together with the game's release and how it's perceived, and it should all work out okay. But obviously with the game not being out, I don't know how people are going to perceive it, so my end bit may be a little off. So yeah, anyway, let's get started. So the CGI is where for a lot of people Saints Row would have started, you know, where their initial hype would have been, and you know, all of that stuff, and whether they hated it or loved it would kind of have been formed around that. But you have to take it further back, I feel, to understand why that CGI was so important. Let's take it back. So it's the reboot wall. Yes, the wall that I despise, but also kickstarted my channel. This was the first bit of proper Saints Row news coverage I ever did, and hype was there. There was a lot of hype around this wall. It was actual graffiti. It just said rebooting in some, you know, graffitied letters, and it got everyone thinking that, man, someone has tagged a wall. This seems fairly gangster. This may be Saints Row's prime, you know, evolution back to its roots, and you know, it got people hyped. A lot of people were really looking forward to Saints Row going back to where it started. So, you know, as hype began to grow and, you know, writing started being added, it was safe to say the hype was at an all-time high just before the CGI came out. Everyone was sitting here going, we're going to get a new OG Saints Row gangster game, myself included. And then the Game Award happened, where the CGI for Saints Row was shown off. It was a drastic difference from what we saw earlier. It was a CGI as well, which never gives you much information. It had plenty of high-tech weapons, and it did not look like Saints Row. I remember watching it, sitting there going, tell me this isn't Saints Row, tell me this isn't Saints Row, literally saying that out loud. And I was literally there, my hands in my head going, please don't be Saints Row, please don't be Saints Row. And then I saw the fleur-de-lis on Eli's jacket, and that's when I knew it was Saints Row. And I think I speak for near enough everyone when I say my heart sunk. It was not the Saints Row I wanted at the time, and I was devastated. So following that, we had the Welcome to Santo Ileso trailer. Now this trailer, it didn't help really. We got a bit more information, which is nice. It showed us a bit more of the map, which was really needed, and it did, you know, get me a little more excited for Saints Row. See, the issue with this is it's kind of an evolution of how I got to where I'm feeling now, so we have to go through it all. But the Welcome to Santo Ileso trailer got me slightly, ever so slightly, just the tiniest bit, a bit happier with the way Saints Row was looking. But I can't lie, at this point I was reporting on it mainly just hoping that I'd find a shred of faith to fall in love with this game. I was feeling pretty defeated at this point, and I think I speak for everyone when we was all just feeling the same boat. We were just really gutted. It was like, this isn't Saints Row, what the hell's happening? And then more trailers came out. Criminal Ventures trailer came out. This is one I remember in specific that I remember being really hyped for, and I was like, wow, this actually looks pretty cool. You know, it's a new take on activities, and I'm all up for sprucing up the old system, you know. I'm all for, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but to be honest, it was very outdated, so it's nice to see them spruce it up, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. But we're all still just hurting from the characters, and some would say we still are. Myself not included. I'm over how the characters are, but I know a lot of people have not gotten over them, which sucks for them, but nothing I can really do at this point. So we all kind of just held out for any shred of information we got. We got a few articles that came out and told us about wingsuiting and, you know, the multiplayer aspects and everything that was coming toward the game, and we was all hyped, you know, we was getting a bit more information, and while it wasn't really reassuring me about my main concern, which is this doesn't look like Saints Row, it was reassuring me that it'd be a good game regardless. And eventually, obviously, it did turn into the game I wanted. So fast forward to the first time in my mind I was truly sold on Saints Row. So this is the first bit of gameplay we got. It was the Game Informer. Now this was, like as I said, the first bit of real true gameplay for Saints Row we got. And I couldn't help but just feel like this is so different from the CGI. This is a different vibe entirely. Yeah, the game may not be super serious, but if they'd have showed off this before the CGI, I can't help but feel we'd be in a different place right now. And yeah, we would have been. But the CGI really just left that sour taste in my mouth. But after seeing the game form, this is the part where I was going, okay, you know what, this doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty good, actually. Almost sold on it. It's looking really good, really cool. And yeah, I was quite happy. And then at this point, we started getting new shreds of information, you know, things popping up left, right, and centre. We had leaks from people like Tom Henderson pop up, and, you know, we're eventually getting more sold on the game. We had a few other trailers come out, and, you know, small things like the is it the Game Awards trailer that came out that was really good for Saints Row. I really liked the vibe of that one. We learnt about you know, how the gameplay is going to look, and then came for me, and I think a lot of people, the turning point, the part that made us go, this is Saints Row, this is what we want. At least for the people who are on board now, this will be your turning point. We got the customization showcase. Now, that to me was like 20 minutes of pure just thank God, just relief. It was 22 minutes, 20 minutes, 23 minutes, I don't know how long, of just pure relief. And I just sat there like, man, we needed that. We really did. Honestly, it's been rough. And this is the break. And I remember my reaction to it. I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, this looks so good. Thank God. And you know, it's not a perfect system. Its customization is nowhere near perfect, but it was really just showing me that this game will have a bit of depth, and you know, it's not the lost cause perhaps we all thought it was. And then obviously shortly after, the boss factory dropped, and that was again another turning point for me where I was going, okay, this is really starting to shape up. And I know the boss factory has its issues and it's not perfect, it's very limited, but you know, giving us early hands on, it just felt nice to actually have my hands on the game, because I feel it really did just kind of improve how I was feeling about the game. Like, the thing is, up until this point, there was no real, well, there was hype, but it was more just hype about the fact that the feeling I got from the CGI was going. Like, if I could describe it as anything, up until pre-boss factory, up until the customization showcase, everything before that was really just trying to ease the pain that was set on by the initial CGI. Which, you know, it sucks, but, you know, there was no hype being built there, more just relief. But past that point, a genuine hype was beginning to build for me. And then, obviously, fast forward, we get bits of information, but now we have actual gameplay coming out, and I'm going to go down the IGN route, because those are the videos I've watched, because I feel like they were the least spoiler-filled. And, you know, the gameplay's looking solid, the game's looking good, and we are now 20-ish days away from release. You know, it's coming up fast, and I feel like at this point now, we have evolved from the anxious, nervous, oh god, what the hell is this game, they've ruined Saints Row, to, this doesn't look too bad, I can't wait to play it. At least that's where I'm at. Now, I know that's not the evolution that everyone is going to have. I'm not saying everyone feels the same. We're all allowed to have our different opinions, and we can live in peace without battling it out. But for me, that was my evolution. From the reboot wall up until the customization showcase, it was more just relief past the CGI, and then past then, everything I've seen has been building hype, and I'm now unbelievably excited for the game. It's not perfect, but I feel all of us, at the very least, feel a bit better about the game. So let me know, did you agree? Is this your sort of journey? What was the turning point for you in Saints Row? This is what I really want to know. What thing, if anything, has changed your mind about the game? What was the one video, the one trailer? Did you ever have any bad notions about it? Maybe you're someone who saw the CGI and was excited, but what would you say changed your opinion on Saints Row? Let me know down below. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, peace out, dudes.